Hey Pink Posse, make sure you're tapping into Pink Sunday Radio every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Follow us on all of our platforms so you never miss an episode.
It's Tia. It's been a Mississippi minute, but we bite, baby.
What's up, Pink Posse? It's your girl, Ja. And yup, we back at it like a crack addict.
It's your girl, Jiggy, a.k.a. Tanika. Listen, pull up on us. It's time to cut up, because we back.
What's up, Pink Posse? It's your girl, Kogi, and we're back. Pink Sunday Radio. Well, hello, everyone. It's your girl, Kogi. Welcome to another edition of Noah's Ark. This time we watched Rona Chronicles, presented on YouTube. I have my co-host tonight, Tia.
Hello.
Ja.
What's up, Noah's Ark family?
And Jiggy.
Hey, y'all.
Okay, before we get started, we're going to have Ja give us the disclaimer.
All right, the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. Pink Sunday Radio is rated mature for language and subject matter. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
That is correct. And remember, we are on StreamYard. However, we are not live. So that is a little bit different. Anyway, so let's move on to the first topic that we want to discuss. So we open up with Noah trying on all the cute and finery and all that kind of stuff. So I thought it was only fitting that they begin with Alex and Noah. I don't know why, but I think their friendship is honestly the best. I mean, do y'all think that Alex and Noah are they're all friends. We get it. It's the arc. But there's something about Noah and Alex. And I thought the beginning was perfect. The opening was perfect for them. What do y'all think?
I like their friendship. I think Alex tends to be the most honest with Noah compared to the other friends. Ricky, as we found out, was actually in love with him for however long. We'll never know if that was like the whole friendship or not. And I think Chance kind of coddles him. So I think of the arc, I think that Alex is the most real with him in comparison.
That's true. Because some of those outfits were not given. So
Right. I love the little the change clothes thing because we always got to see Noah when he's preparing to go somewhere, go through the many different outfit changes before settling on something. So I loved that. And yeah, I guess I would say Alex is, because Ricky was supposed to be the best friend, but I never felt like Ricky gave the best advice, and Alex always seemed to genuinely care about the safety and well-being of Noah. So
yeah.
I think we probably started with like the people's favorite, or the two things, the most talked about things. Like, we always talk about Noah's outfit, so they start the show with him trying on outfits, and I think the fan favorite of the arc is Alex. So we start with him. He's my favorite. He's my favorite of everybody on the show. And I think for most people, Alex would be the favorite. So I think it's fitting after like 15 years of no Noah's Ark, we come back with Noah and Alex.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think it probably was like, you're not starting at the drawing board, if you will, but after that long, I think the first thing you want to do is kind of give the fans what they want. And then what do you do right after that? Well, we got to bring in Noah. Like, you ain't going to throw in Eddie.
Better be the helping.
You ain't gonna throw in the custard, cause girl, we would have closed the laptop. Okay, absolutely not. Okay, so we
Mhm.
gonna get us a little ring, ring, ring from our Wade, and apparently they got issues going on.
Mhm.
Not real issues. Well, in
Right.
this scene, you thought they
You
were real
thought it was
issues.
issues. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
We
Which
really did
I
like.
thought it does. But I was like, first time I was like,
I
did
thought
they
it
break up?
was. Yeah, I
Did
didn't
they get
know.
divorced?
Right.
I thought it was a huge issue. I was like, wait, is he saying he cheated? Like, what was?
That's exactly what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so I
Right.
Mm-hmm.
okay, so I thought I
Mhm.
was
Yep.
because I was like, wait, he cheated. Oh no, Lord, it's the payback. Like,
Mhm.
I didn't
But I
know what
definitely
was.
feel like if we had thought about it, because they want us to see and say, oh, not only is Wade like cheating, but he had a whole orgy with 3 other niggas. You
That's
know what I'm
what
saying?
I'm saying.
But like at the same time, like, is Noah appropriately mad for that? So it also makes me say, like,
Mm.
once we found
Yeah.
out what the real situation was, it was like, of course Noah's that dramatic about the situation. Not to say that it wasn't,
I mean,
a
rightfully
Mm.
serious
so, because I would have been
subject.
pissed
Yeah,
too.
rightfully
Yeah,
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but definitely they were feeding us, that Wade was in a super doghouse. But I feel like Noah wouldn't even answer the phone,
Yeah. If it
had
was
to.
something like
that's
that, yeah,
true. That's
that's
true,
true.
John.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
didn't. I didn't think about that. I
And
really
Alex
didn't.
definitely wouldn't have been like, be nice. Alex would have been like,
You're
That's
girl.
so
true.
Mhm. Yep.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're
Mhm.
so right. I didn't even think about that either. Well, we get us a little fame, a little Ricky cameo.
It
Okay.
always made me
Right.
think. It made me think of how you always talk about him doing the 8 count all the time during the show. So I was like, of course they just gave us a whole
Little
choreographed
dance.
number.
Mhm.
Of course, he had to let us know, honey.
Mhm.
Okay. He had to let
We're still
us know
dancing to this day.
You know, I'm
exactly.
confused about that though. Like they've never really showed like Ricky had a life of dancing in the show. Like,
Hmm.
so then
Mhm.
all of a sudden, so I'm like, okay, is this Christian? Is this a cameo over like
Ja,
Christian? Like, let me just throw him in, or is this Ricky?
don't do
Like,
him.
I was
He was giving you big legs from living single at the top. That's what it was given for me, but it was, Ricky. That's what
right. I
it
mean,
was
I'm not
given.
saying it wasn't a great performance. I just was like, what is happening right now?
I think it's because of all these years later, we know him as Christian.
Mhm.
So I probably should have thought like that, but to me it's like, oh, Christian has a dance number. Like I'm not even thinking Ricky.
Right.
I'm just
Yeah.
thinking,
That's
oh,
true.
okay. So, but it didn't register as strange to me. It was just like, oh, okay, they threw in a dance number, I guess, to show that he does more shit.
Right.
I think
Right.
there were 2 or 3 little kind of out of place kind of things like this in this episode. Like watching it the first time, I wasn't like, "What is this?" I just went with the flow. But like watching it again, I was like, "Why? Why is Titus singing? Is this like what is happening with
Right.
that?"
Yeah.
We not there yet, but it was.
And I love Titus.
Mhm.
I love
Me
my
too.
baby
And the
Titus.
ages of these kids, why is Ola Juby, whatever, why is he still in the house? He should be at least 20 now. I'm sorry, they should be at least 20 now. And then Nairobi
Kenya,
is
Ethiopia.
Not
out
only
here.
no, he's got to be like because it was 18. This was their in 2020. This was their 15-year anniversary, and in Jump in the Broom, he was a baby. So
Okay, so I give it 16, 17.
yeah, he's like
Okay.
he's got
Little
teenage. Well,
Ethiopia wasn't the right
they
age
have
But
though.
teenage.
Ghana
Mm-mm.
was 5,
Okay,
Absolutely
6.
we
not.
talking about the same individual, right?
No,
You
Ola
know who we talk
Dupe.
about. No,
I'm
not
sorry.
Cause she
Not
said
over the.
Nairobi,
that's
and I was like, okay, we still talking about the same
No,
child.
that's
we
2 different
switched
No, it's two.
heads.
people.
It's two kids. Two kids.
Right.
OJ.
Right.
They
OJ. They.
they
Mhm.
are
Mhm.
Trey, and Alex
And
is
Alex's
Alex's.
child.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
why are you naming
person.
that child African
We
country?
over no Nairobi was
We
because
switched.
she was.
We're
I'm talking
saying
about
Africans
both
and
African.
Eddie,
kids.
little
Oh,
African
child, I'm
Yeah,
Eddie.
too sleepy.
we had already solved the OJ dispute. That
Mm-hmm.
they are like 16, so that
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
age makes sense for they to still be living at home. But you got Nigeria over here coming through the thing at like looking like high school. Wasn't it
Mm-hmm.
giving you high school?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Maybe she's a freshman in college,
You
but she should
think?
be.
I feel
She was
Really?
like
like,
she was a smooth 5 years
Five,
old the
six,
season one, so like she
so
should be
20.
grown. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
15
would
years
say
later,
five, maybe in
20.
season two.
They don't think you keeping up this much though, y'all.
Well,
You're
they should
right.
think again.
Especially when they like tell us the years though.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we know it's 2020. Like
I
based on
know.
it's 2020,
But
so
she just
it's
Yeah.
don't
not
look,
like
I don't know. Like it just didn't give like
she didn't look abnormally young. I will say that
Hmm.
the what we saw really could be any age.
it, that's what I'm saying. It I don't
Could
know.
be any age. It could be any age. Absolutely.
I don't yeah. All I know is it okay. Anyway, I guess for me, being in that the healthcare situation and it's the pandemic, when Noah said, "Oh, we have to get ready for the party," I was like, "They really going out?" I'm so used to them going out. They
Mm-hmm.
always just go out. So
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even, it didn't even dawn on me that he was fixing to host a party over Zoom, which is what everybody was
Everything.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
just immediately, like when I first watched it, I'm speaking about when I first watched. I was just like, why they going out? Oh my God. And then they were all dressed up and they were on Zoom. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate it. That's really cute. And they go into this fun little Q&A. I was being so judgy during that Q&A. I don't know if anybody else was being judgy. I can't even lie.
I couldn't follow it. I was
I
like,
was
who is
so
nutting
judgy.
and sucking and who's fucking? What is
I was
happening?
so,
I mean, it was a cute
it was a
little, but
cute
it was
moment.
a lot.
It
Like,
was
you
a
want
cute
Will Smith to
girl.
skeet on your forehead. Like, no, I don't want anybody to skeet on my forehead. Thank you.
And where did they get the game from? Because it looked like Noah was just looking up tweets and making up shit. Like he would like say something, and then it looked like he like looked up Lance on Twitter. Was like, yeah, Lance.
With the yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, because I'm like,
Mm.
is this a
Maybe it
game?
was a little phone
I
game.
was trying to think like back in 2020 what little things, because I felt like there were all kinds of, remember back in 2020 they did have all these kind of like automated general things that you could start asking, like when you were stuck in the house and stuff. Didn't they have them little, those little
Yeah, that was very
challenges?
specific
Yeah, I don't remember nothing like any kind
genre
of
of
game like this
question.
though.
And it
Mm-mm.
was a
They have a
lot.
lot of, yeah, I don't know, but I didn't do a
Well,
lot of
I
virtual stuff.
know,
I
but
was
I
here in
was just saying,
Atlanta. We
yeah,
closed for like 2 weeks, and then we was in them streets raw breathing.
yeah,
So
that's true. Well, we weren't in, yeah, yeah,
Right. No, it was on
everybody else
I
was
lockdown,
was
locked
in
down.
lockdown.
Sal's house.
Atlanta
Mm-hmm.
was not.
yeah, that's true.
So
Okay. So Gabrielle Union calls. So it's looking up in that household after 15 years,
I
y'all.
said,
Okay.
this is
Can we
We
talk
finally
mine.
about
got fine art on the
can
way,
we
huh?
talk about how we have moved on from fine arts,
Thank
from what's
God.
the other
Right.
production time? What was that other one? Fine arts, and what was the other one?
Oh, because
Oh,
we were talking about
it's
that.
Wade's movie. My Bait and switch.
Yeah,
Bait
Yep.
and
we
switch.
have, y'all, we have come a long way because now Gabrielle Union is calling. Noah was like,
Mhm.
oh my God, Gabrielle Union is calling you guys.
I
Hold
like that little
on.
sneak tea though. Did
I
y'all
have
peep
some
that?
questions though. There was a sneak peek. Yes, that was a Patrick sneak peek. He was a little sneaky there.
Did you
Well,
But
notice that? And I
well, we
caught it.
notice it now.
I
Now.
know.
Back
I'm
right.
then,
saying
yeah. Back
now
then it's
I
like,
noticed it.
oh.
Now, yeah, now that we know, it's like,
Back then
oh,
though, it was like, why is Gabrielle Union calling?
Mm-hmm.
It
yeah.
was like,
See, I watched it this year and I was still confused because I was like, what is
and
she
to be a
like?
showrunner, and I was like, what? She's over at network. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So is it me or is this timeline of Noah's career weird? Because so we're 15 years in, they're doing well. Why would he just now be being offered a showrunner position? Like how fast his career moved up during the show. And this is almost kind of like a 15-year lag if he's just now where it's like, oh, I could be a showrunner. Does anyone else think that? No? Okay. Just me.
Yeah, no, I didn't think of it like
I
that. I
didn't
like
think of it
Right.
like that because we don't know what his we don't know what he
But
has
she said
going
something
on.
like,
15.
go ahead, what'd you say?
No, I was just saying we don't know what's under his belt yet. Like we don't know what his portfolio looks like since the tragedy that is what's the damn thing?
No, Fine
Fine
Art was a
art.
box office hit. Trust me.
Like
Something happened because they
After all
live in
them
large.
cycles, you
that's what
better have some
I'm
money.
like
saying.
I
Like,
think
did you
yeah,
see
that
the
house was
house?
looking nice. He was
Yeah,
just
something has
Mhm.
writing
happened.
screenplays and making movies, and that was working for him. Maybe this wasn't the first offer
That's what I'm
for a showrunner
saying.
he's had, but like making movies was lucrative, so he stayed there. I don't know. I never thought of it like that deeply. So
But Brandon
So
kind of alluded. She said something like, "You're a did she say new senior writer or whatever she said?" Like she said, it was something that, like you
mhm.
said, it didn't make sense for this amount of time that's taking place. Noah's not new anymore. Noah is seasoned, if you will.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. And did y'all catch that way back writing? Somebody let him back in the writer's room.
Wait, what? No, I missed
Finally.
that because I was trying to figure out where the hell did Wade work. I felt like he worked
I
at
thought he
Tommy's
had
No.
job the way
money,
they
so I was
put it.
confused at the whole financial like thing
Yeah, I'm like, we
he
was
was
at
going
Martha
through.
Vineyard 15
Mhm.
years ago.
Yep.
Right.
I
But
thought
he
he like
never seemed to lean on his parents, though.
This is
Like
true.
Right.
mhm,
the whole time, he was pretty much trying to gut it out on his own. So he may have gone back. Plus, I love that his father was in it, and his father,
Yeah.
because in the movie, his father was like, "Nah, I
Yeah,
ain't with it."
yeah.
Mom was like, "Sorry, it's not coming." So that he accepted Wade and accepted Noah in the relationship. So maybe it's just trying to like gut it out on your own. Maybe for a period of time he had to, because the daddy might have been like, "Yeah, so no, you don't get no help from her. If she want to live that life, that's fine, but you cut off."
yeah.
Hmm.
That's
And he
true.
That
does
definitely could have happened.
express wanting to be the man of the house. So he might have, that qualm, like, I'm not being a man if I'm not providing for my family myself and not leaning
Mm-hmm.
on, my parents. So that makes
Hmm.
sense.
Particularly with Noah almost kind of being his protege for a very brief time. But
Hmm.
he came into this whole relationship where he was already had Will Smith movies and other movies
Mhm.
and was doing well. And he called Brandy to help Noah because Noah was broke.
Mhm.
Yep.
So to have this switch where now Noah's doing everything, I could see not wanting to sit in the house and do nothing. And Noah's out
Mhm.
here in the field that you were not necessarily in before him, but you were excelling in before him. I could see him being
Mhm.
like, I don't care how much money we got. Like now, I think they're a little up there to be having babies, but maybe that's just me.
Listen,
Yeah, when you got money, you can have
you
babies when you want
already
to.
well,
Mhm.
you already know how I told you mama was 48. So baby, anybody
Mhm. And Brad just had
I
that
don't
I
even
baby
mean,
talk
in
my little
about it.
brother
48,
is a whole
49.
20 years younger than me, so
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
understand
saying.
how this happens.
Yeah, so Ricky is still slanging his dick everywhere,
In a whole panorama.
Mm-hmm.
even
Man.
in the panorama. But like he told us, he's hitting it from the back.
That dick ain't 6 feet long though.
It ain't.
All ain't.
So
I don't never want to see no 6 foot long dick.
Never that serious.
Never, not ever.
yeah, I hope you never do either, sweetie. Thank God. Please.
Because
I
you're gonna
hope
have
you
to put
never.
that back in your pants and go home.
Yeah, Lord Jesus. I hope none of y'all ever see that, Lord. Mm-mm. Um, it's the fact that at his big age, the arc is still telling a grown ass man to put your dick away. I I don't know why. I'm just like, Lord Jesus, Ricky. All of
Does
this.
Ricky have some trauma? Like, what is happening, bruh?
Oh, baby, I don't get it.
Because Ricky rich too. His family got
Mhm.
like
Yep, that's
foundation.
right.
Like,
Oh my
Mhm.
did they
God,
neglect you as a child? What is going on?
baby.
How you don't just
Like,
get tired of fucking after all of that? Like, like you're not tired.
Like, are you not
Yep.
tired?
What are you? You put
I
some big
could
A on the
get
knees so you can keep the stroke going. What is happening?
I could get not necessarily wanting to be in a relationship or being married. Like I get that's
mm.
not everybody's goal, but to be like
Right.
in full on hunt mode at your big age during a panini, like you're not shamed.
Ricky
I
has
ain't
no
never
shame.
had enough sense to be ashamed.
Like,
I
did
mean,
y'all expect anything different from Ricky though? Like, to me, Ricky is doing exactly what I
exactly.
expected him to do. Like, if we came into this and Ricky was like settled down with somebody or even not doing this, I would have been kind of shocked.
You have been shocked here.
Mhm.
So the fact that he's still a whore
It's Ricky.
he's Ricky.
Mhm.
But you know what's
Okay.
crazy? After 15 years, some growth. Now, what I will say is this. So we it's 2020. He's still a whore, as
Whore.
Kogi just said. You know what I'm saying? But maybe through this new movie, we can see some growth. Like we got a hint at, okay, he turned down like 20 booties and dicks, that was making very compelling arguments. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was even trying to, they was like, I cut a hole in the screen and get a
The
hole
window
on.
glory hole.
Right. You know. But at the end of the day, he turned down all them bubble butts, all them twerk booties and
God,
everything,
job,
and just
please.
called Junito. So maybe what this will lead into showing that Ricky's starting to slowly get a hold of himself and get serious in life. Would y'all want to see that, or do you want more just Ricky being Ricky?
I feel like he playing in Janito's face.
As
Yeah,
he
So
always is.
definitely.
As he
Stay
always
away from
is.
Janita.
yeah. And I feel like it's one of those how we always talk about like people will have take all their good years and whore and do all that. And then you finally like because the pandemic had a lot of people thinking about life. Like, Ricky
Yeah.
probably like sitting at home, everybody else at home with their spouse, with their partner, and you at home by yourself. They don't even have to do this because they got married and settled down. So Ricky, like, okay, I didn't. So then you calling Junito. To me, this is like that last ditch.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to be the person that you wanted me to be. Now that, and then Junito's fresh out of something because they said he had just like divorced or
Broke
left
up. Yep.
somebody. So I don't like it like this. I'm not saying I don't ever want to see Junito and Ricky, but I don't like
I
what we
don't.
got here.
Right. No, I agree with that. So we got Wade and Naomi Campbell showing up in this hazmat suit, and they ready to they they ready to announce something to the group. Now I know we have discussed this dick down thing situation prior to.
Bang, bang, bang.
Right. Yo, let me ask y'all this. Do you think You think Jensen pulled that? You better be eating your fiber shit out his ass. Because I swear to God, that was like
A
a real
little bit.
reaction.
The way that Doug Spearman reacted to
Ooh,
him
that was
saying
not
that was like,
scripted. That was not
Daryl,
whoa.
too.
scripted.
I feel
The
like
way
a
he
few of
laughed.
Jensen's things were ad
Yeah,
libs.
I
I
thought
don't know
so too.
why,
Yeah.
but I just felt like a few of them
Yeah.
were ad libs.
Well, because it really just seemed like, nah, let me be quiet. Okay. Yeah, it
That's group
definitely,
chat talk.
yeah, it definitely, it, yeah, it just
Yeah.
came off as something you think somebody would say, and you just say it.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
mean, it
saying?
Yeah.
works for.
It,
I
It
totally agree
did.
with you. It works, but I
yeah,
totally agree with what you're
you
saying.
see what I'm saying, right? Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay.
My first time watching, I was just kind of like, okay. And like you said, I thought Doug's reaction seemed a lot like real dramatic. But today, even with like Daryl's response, I was like, oh no, they wasn't expecting that to come out his mouth.
Yeah.
Mhm. That was a
Absolutely.
Some
surprise.
of that may have been scripted, but a few of them lines, because Doug was like,
Right. Like, dang. What's been going on with you for 15 years, Jesse?
Justin, we need to have lunch because I need the tinker.
Ooh, okay. Because, okay. So, surprise. That baby was given real big, like on remember on P Valley? Remember that episode? Okay, sorry, y'all. But
And her
anyway,
stomach grew
yeah.
4 inches.
Man, like by the afternoon.
Like, why they got a 9-month-old on this
On this
ultrasound? What is
ultrasound.
going on right now?
Oh my god. Oh Lord. Girl, I was like, oh my God, that baby is so big. And I think she said, oh, you're 6 weeks or something. And I was like,
Is that what they said?
didn't they say
Yeah,
6 weeks?
yeah, 'cause she was like right. No, she was at 13 or
Oh,
14 weeks.
okay.
It
But
was weird because
still,
she
I've
was
had a
on the
few
cusp.
babies and they don't look like that yet.
Yeah, I was like,
Why
They
am
baby,
look
I
not.
pretty
seeing fingers?
questionable.
What
I
is
was thinking myself,
happening?
I was like, now I know I had a baby 25 years ago, but I know damn well Junior was not looking like that, baby. He
No.
was like this. Okay. Oh, child. But
And I
anyway.
think it all happened in the episode because she started from flat stomach. She was
The
like 6
afternoon,
months
she couldn't fit
along.
her pants no more.
Yep.
So, the magically growing belly.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like, what is happening?
So now Noah and Wade, honey, they baby is coming soon, apparently, because that baby that they showed is fully grown,
Fully developed.
fully
Hmm.
developed, baby. That baby looks like about a good 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We
And the
going in
surrogate looked good and full. She looked.
right.
She did.
Good and full. It was very accurate. Very
So
accurate.
they kept that back. They was like, they should have told him the baby be here next week. Like we waited the whole pregnancy to tell
Listen,
y'all
while
that. And
y'all
Ready
was
to be
trying
uncles.
right. While
right.
y'all was trying to decide who gonna work this, that, and the other. No, y'all need to be putting that crib together, bitch, because the baby is
It'll
coming
be
next
here
week.
in a minute.
Right.
Why are we still debating about jobs and who doing what? That baby
Right.
look like it's ready to come. I'm gonna need y'all to
And
have that
why
figured out.
does no one ever talk? Why are y'all getting to this point where, like you said, the baby almost due, and we haven't had a real conversation about who's staying home and who going to work and any of this? Like, it's just like there's a lot of assumptions being made.
Thank you.
But I'm with the arc. Noah, you make more money. Like, what do you mean you staying home? Wade ain't got it. Like, what are you doing? Y'all
I
trying to
feel
keep
like
this house?
I feel like they did have a conversation, and this is what Noah
Yeah.
wanted to do. Noah wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but like financially it didn't make any sense. So like Wade was gonna have to figure something out. But I feel like they did have that conversation. That's
Yeah.
why it was such a
Yeah.
financial angst for Wade, because he knew he wasn't making the money that Noah
Yeah.
was, but this is
Yeah.
what Noah wanted to do.
But I think that's the
Yeah.
part of the thing that, and maybe they had that conversation and he just went with what Noah did. But because I'm Wade, I'm like, oh, you want to stay home? Like,
But Wade was supposed to get the promotion. So maybe, I don't know what Wade does. He,
what, to
like I said,
staff
him and
writer
Tommy work at the same place.
Yeah,
in his
because
slow
So,
moving ass career?
well, let's hope by now maybe he owns a few of those furniture. No, because he still was looking for a job. Never mind. I tried to give him stop.
but I feel
But
like Wade is the type though that'll make sure he'll do whatever he gotta do. Like I
mhm,
feel like Wade will go out and do a day job. He'll do a
yeah,
construction
Yeah, I
job, put
think he
some
would have
pipes
figured it out.
together.
mhm.
He'll
If
do
Noah
whatever he
really
have to
wanted to
do.
stay home, I think he would have figured it
He
out.
would have
And I
done
Yeah.
think
whatever.
Noah
Yeah,
wanted to
Noah.
stay
Yeah,
home
Yeah.
until that offer came through. I think it
yeah, I
was
Yeah.
think
like,
Mhm.
that
yes,
too.
now I'm ready to settle down and have a
Mhm.
baby. And then all of a
Mhm.
sudden,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
he, here's an
The
offer.
job of a lifetime comes along.
Hmm.
Right.
And that's how
Yeah.
life be. You be thinking you
Mhm.
ready to
Yeah,
do one
life
thing,
be
and then it's
life,
like,
child.
some other stuff. Mm.
Just like
Exactly.
that.
That's
Just like
exactly
that.
that's exactly how life be. Cause you know who else went through life things, but guess what? He kept going and was on his.
Are you an everyday hustler? Are you always on your steady grind? Are you a black storyteller that matters? Check out actor and philanthropist J. Alphonse Nicholson's signature apparel line at fivegrinds.com and pick up a t-shirt, hoodie, and book bag and tell the world who you are. That's FIVE Grinds.com.
Oh, that's one hell of an ad. I just gotta say it. Okay. Um, so I want to piggyback off of what Tia said earlier about we didn't see Wade's dad, well, the approval, right? From
Mhm,
Wade's dad. I think that was stellar bringing that
mhm,
moment in
Mm-hmm.
because
Mhm.
it really warms my heart to see a dad being accepting.
mhm.
Um, you know, listen, a lot of times it's the mom. Let's be one hundo about it, especially when it comes to a masculine man. So just to see that, I think that was very beautiful. And then you're talking about a baby. Like, I was like, oh, so that was really, really nice, that moment. And him talking about um just the manhood and wanting to be responsible. And because the what do I want to say? God, I can't even think right now. The duties that are assigned to us. What do I want to say? The duties that,
Gender
uh,
roles.
yeah, societal norms of what a man should do, a woman should do. And then when you get in LGBTQ relationships, if you have a man or and a feminine presenting and the roles and stuff like that. Um, I like that. I like that they showed that. Mm-hmm.
I loved it, like,
Mm-hmm.
because really, especially with us watching them so close together, it really hit
Mm-hmm.
home because the last thing we watch is the mom saying, I'm here, but sorry, your dad, he doesn't
Yeah.
approve. So
Right.
Yeah.
then to come right into this, and I'm like, oh, there's his
Yeah.
dad. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think it hit me as much the first time because it had been so long. But
Yep.
now I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mhm.
oh crap, like this is a huge scene right here.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
their whole conversation, the full acceptance, and I
Yeah.
like that they just made it natural.
It
It
did seem
wasn't like a
organic.
Yep.
whole
Yes.
like
Mhm.
where because he wasn't accepting before. It was just like, hey, like
Exactly.
a
Mm-hmm.
lot has happened in 15 years, and here we
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
right. I like that. I
Mhm.
like the way they
Mm-hmm.
handled it.
Yeah.
And he was proud. Excuse
Yeah.
me. I like
Yeah,
that part.
Ja.
He was more than just accepting. He was proud,
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yes.
love that.
And just the conversation was like, well, aren't you both men? Like,
Mhm.
there
Yeah.
wasn't,
Yes.
like, he took nothing away from, because Noah
He
being a
didn't
little more
emasculate
feminine,
at
like,
all.
a lot of
Mhm.
people would have been like, but yeah, that's the woman. He was like, aren't you both men? Like, what are we talking about right now? I just
Mhm.
love they were having a real conversation. And
Mhm.
in general, I'd like to see that more in television and film when it comes to queer relationships, because
Yes.
I feel like or black queer relationships, I should say, because I
Mhm.
feel like in white queer television movies and stuff like that, we see these really accepting families, and the only thing they really have to worry about is like loving each other and their
Mhm.
relationship. Whereas a lot of times when you see black queer television and stuff like that, you also have all of this other stuff you have to work against. So I just love
Mhm.
seeing more where the only thing that these two queer black people have to worry about is their relationship and not
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
fighting off the world.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I love anytime we see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. Definitely. Okay. So,
So Eddie and Chance weren't terrible here.
They weren't.
I
No.
Like
They
it
I
took
weren't terrible.
agree.
a full
Maybe because
20
they
years,
were
but they all right, I
apart.
guess.
It's
I think they've
still,
grown over 15 years. Like we caught them in a fresh 6-month relationship that they hadn't even figured out
You're right,
to
Ja.
it's been 15 years. They've grown together,
Mhm.
they've loved, they fought, they've come to the
Mm.
brink and pulled apart. And now they have a
Wow.
relationship that makes sense to the
Girl,
rest
this
of us.
is giving audio book. Girl, this is giving audible.
oh, that's like how Bertram was
Audible.
on his live
Girl,
the other night. I don't know if y'all was
Right?
on Bertram's live the
yes.
other night.
Now
No, I
I
wasn't,
missed
but
it.
no, I
I saw
wasn't,
the
but
recap though.
the timeline seemed to be
I seen the
enjoying
comment.
that, honey. Okay,
That
Mhm.
voice was
girlie.
voicing.
Mm.
Next.
Oh, okay, girl.
Mm-mm. I had went to bed early that night and missed out.
Missed it.
I've recorded some of it. I may pass it to the group chat.
I would
But
appreciate if you would bestow that
There
upon us
y'all go.
for
Talking
my
about
meditation use.
I would appreciate to
But
pass
no, because I like
along.
to meditate and I like to be at calm and be at peace and things like that. So,
it was incredibly calming. It was.
Mhm.
Ew, so Eddie and Chance.
Mhm.
We still don't know what Chance does. He's taking care of his mom now, but
He
like,
ain't
You
is
got
mean
no
Eddie?
damn job. He on
You mean
no
furlough,
Eddie?
remember?
Yeah, Eddie.
Okay, so
Furlough.
Because Chance's career has blown up
yeah,
apparently.
Chance is doing
Mhm.
But what is
well.
Eddie
Mhm.
doing?
Eddie is taking care of
Taking care
his
of his mama.
mom and
Mhm.
Kenya.
He's
No,
on
Payroll.
wait,
furlough.
is it Kenya? Yeah,
Kenya's
Kenya.
Kenya.
here.
Kenya, yeah. Kenya is with Kenya's with him.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So what I'm getting is they all live in Mississippi because of Chance's job. For
Mhm.
right now, I think because Eddie's mom was in the nursing home,
Right,
but when Rona came ripping through that bit, he was like,
Mhm.
"No, I don't want
Took
my
her out.
mom in there." So
Yep.
took her out and then went to take care of her.
Mm-hmm.
right.
At her house, because that's what
At her
um
house.
Chance said. How is she doing better now that she's at
And
her
they're
home?
Home.
in
Mhm.
Tennessee. They're a few states away,
Mm-hmm.
essentially.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, yeah, they seem to, their communication is great. I will say that.
It looks like they have landed well.
Mhm.
I
Like,
And
guess.
and and Eddie is being very supportive and encouraging, and we get to see a different side of Chance. Last time Chance was pissed off, he was sitting there real quiet, like a psychopath, until he drove a car into somebody else's house. And this time he got fired up. He was using his voice, his throat chakra, if you will, and he
Ah,
was. You gotta do something. I'm angry. The slavery and
I
stuff. So
know.
it
Yeah,
took
he was, baby,
it
he
took some
was ready
ass
to
beating
get
to
to
get him fired
marching,
up
honey.
again.
Mm-hmm.
he
See,
dropped some knowledge
motivated by
though with
violence.
that reparations line.
Yeah, he did.
That
Yep.
He
Yeah, he
did.
did.
slave
Mhm.
reparations. You paid it to the slave owners,
Yeah.
$300 per slave that was freed. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
wait, Google.
We love a good
Immediately, because
educational moment.
yeah, like
We
that was
do.
done really well. I loved that part.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved him getting out and actually protesting. That's
Mhm.
not what I expected from Chance. But I
Right.
love that he's getting into that bag and doing more than just, because I do think there's a place, like Uncle Clifford said, there are people at different parts of the revolution.
Yep.
So I
Mm-hmm.
do
Mhm.
believe that. And I do see what
That's very
Chance
true.
said, like, don't I do more being inside and being within the system and changing it? And yes, there's a place for that, but I love us seeing Chance doing more than just being an intellectual.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And for some people, they just have to do it when they're comfortable too.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mhm.
I've always, for me, it's just about at least have the conversation, at least be open to being aware. It's people who are just completely closed off and don't want to have conversations about what's happening in the world. So for Chance, he's about education, he's about the knowledge. So just having that and then go the extra mile to get out
Mm-hmm.
there, that just made me love him more. That was
Mm-hmm.
a pleasant surprise. So I appreciated Patrick for that. Trey, once again, just like with P Valley, the touch of reality, it is called Rona. So I think they did very good job. I said that about 201. They did a very good job presenting the reality of how the state of the country was. The moment with Trey, that's exactly how we all looked. I swear to God, I have so many pictures where I'm face shield, mask down, everything. And we would do the little FaceTimes and you still have a mask on this. And they used to be like, bitch, I can't hear you. Bitch, I can't hear you. Take off of the mask. I can't hear you. But yeah, so that was a great moment. Did you guys feel like there were any, I don't know. Did it seem like they weren't as close? Or do you think their relationship, did you feel like things were even more stronger between them? Because, with Alex and Trey, they've had a lot of turmoil, but it's
Mm-hmm.
been 15 years. And, sometimes things can get sour or whatever. Did y'all feel like that, ooh, strong love still holding on from them?
To me,
I
it
thought it
was
was better.
it was a
Go ahead,
stronger
Tia.
relationship
Mhm.
because like they were the couple that had already been together almost a decade when we came
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
in.
Mhm.
And like I see growth here because Alex like immediately knew something wasn't right with Trey, something was wrong.
Mm.
And the Alex from season 1,
Girl.
I don't feel like even if he noticed,
Mm-hmm.
he would have been more focused on doing his whatever he was trying to do over there than what was going on with Trey. So to me, that showed their growth in their relationship. And also at Jumping the Broom, Alex talked about how he wanted to be a better partner to Trey. So like to see the growth here for me was great to see because I love this relationship. So to see them better and him more
That's so
attentive was
true.
good for me.
I feel like
Mhm.
they're exactly where they should be in a 20-year relationship.
Mhm.
Like, I feel like when you're together that long, it isn't the romance, lovey-dovey stuff that people that you have in the early. And I think they still have a lot of that, but I think this was
Mhm.
a very real interaction for two
Mhm.
people that are probably at this point best friends
Mhm.
almost.
I agree.
So yeah, it's not going to be this overly romantic, sweet. I'm talking to my friend who's
Mhm.
also my lover, who's also my husband. So I think it was the perfect depiction of people that have been together as long as they have. There's a comfort that was unspoken there just
Mhm.
by the sheer amount of time. And yeah, it's
Mhm.
not the romance, and it's not necessarily what a Wade and Noah have, but it makes sense for where they are in their relationship.
Mhm.
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 Yeah, their relationship finally, to me, in this space makes sense to me. Like, this takes away the why are you still together? Like you said, we do see a more evolved Alex who is not just only concerned about himself and what's going on. And Trey is actually communicating feelings and expressing himself and sharing things with Alex on a more, where I feel like during the show we saw like Trey kind of being like, I'm here. Like he was just furniture sometimes, it seemed, and maybe a little more closed off because of how over the top Alex was and how Alex was mainly like about what Alex was doing. So I definitely see, like you said, it was like an unspoken clarification that in this time over the last 15 years that they have reached that point, and Trey can be comfortable with Alex, and Alex is an attentive partner.
All that is very true. I think I do want to discuss how Patrick really did his big one when he brings in other pronouns, the they, them, their, because we always think that it's not as complicated when we are inside of the LGBTQ person. Like, I mean, in the in the rainbow spectrum, like I'm a lesbian, but we struggle too. Like you can be a lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and still struggle to identify other people that are on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? And I love that he did this with this, because for some people who have been gay for years, like Alex, hey, that was a new term. They weren't saying they, them, there. They weren't.
Right.
No, but I mean, it's the truth. Like, I've been out for 21 years, and honestly, I've never heard that. 21 years ago, I didn't. Maybe it was just the people that I hung around. I mean, it was like you're a stud, you're a soft stud, you're a femme, you're a lipstick lesbian, like butch, like that. I mean, those are terms I didn't hear that 21 years ago. So it was educational, and it was real. It was real. So I appreciated that. What do y'all think about that?
I agree with that. I just think a lot of this was actually in general so well done. Like even watching it now, I'm not looking at the clock. I'm not like, and I get to where I'm remembering this is towards the end. I'm like, holy crap. All that time has passed already because it was so engaging and so well done. And that's a part of it. It was so much education in this short period of time, but it was so natural in the story. I love when things are told what I consider like fables. And I think a lot of that was done here, and it just was really well done. And that was one of them, because it is like, you think like outside the community, of course, people have their notions, but shoot, people in the community are
Telling
like,
you.
this new. Like, and I'm just
you.
trying to get it right. And I don't know if I am, but I'm still trying. So don't charge it to my head and not my heart, because
Right.
it's not malicious at all.
Exactly. But if you that dude who was on the listen, homeboy, if you ever see this damn show, I don't know your name, but your video going around. Now, if you have that internal hate, I feel sorry for you, bro. Cause that video I seen today where you was like, all your friends are straight men, that's it, because gay people is like too much and all that's internal hate. And then you do that with a black woman and with a straight man, and do that is internal hate for yourself, for your community, and it's truly harmful and really sad. It's fucked up because you're doing nothing for your people as a whole. It's something wrong, man. You got to get a hold of yourself, man. It's just fucked up. I'm sorry. That video pissed me off.
I wasn't on Twitter like that today, so I didn't see it.
I've
I'm
seen
sorry.
the video. I know
sure
exactly
it'll
what
come
you're
by.
talking about. The thing I love about this storyline was it gave us the knowledge, but it also, I don't know, I just picturing OJ, like Alex having these struggles, because to me, Alex raised a little him. So to me, it's realistic that OJ is giving him hell
Yeah.
because OJ acts probably exactly like Alex. So yep,
Yes.
you raised an Alex, and now here you go, you struggling. And I hope, well, he's not fully. I like that he's not fully grown, because maybe we'll get to see some of this in the movie that's coming up, because I want to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my
And I
God.
like
Yes.
Trey's patience. Like Trey was very patient, very understanding, and very like, look, baby, calm down. It's not that hard to
Oh, I
say
love that.
hey there and then put them on the phone. They, like, and I
Yeah.
loved that as parents, they are parenting well together. Like, I'm frustrated. I'm communicating this to you. If you don't get it, if they don't get their shit together, I'll bust them in their damn head. They laugh, but it's just true. Sometimes, first of all, teens are frustrating enough. You know what I'm saying? In general, they're just frustrating at
Child.
times. They're in between children and adults, and they can make you want to, accidentally elbow them in the neck real quick. And so then you add this very real emotional situation where, the child isn't feeling understood. The parent understands that they're not fully understanding, and but then you have the co-parent, your partner, who is that bridge and is patient enough with both parties. And I love that dad thing. I love a movie where they're like, I'm gonna talk to your father about this, and dad comes home and dad's very serious, like, all right, now what's going on here? I like
And I
that.
just want to say that Gregory Keith is still fine. That's all I want to say. Because I was like, woo. Although I didn't like the ultra perm thing he had
I
going
did
on,
not.
but other than that, he was fine.
Because I'm getting that he's a mixed race person, and so like in the past he was given like, but then he was given a little bit like, oh, I can see that heritage in there with the little slick thing,
Yeah,
and
that ultra
I didn't like
perm wasn't. But other than that, he was fine.
I was gonna. Okay, you know who's looking for something? Somebody is looking for some music.
The father of Black Gay Cinema, Patrick Ian Polk, is looking for indie music for one of his upcoming projects. Make sure it's competitively priced and easy to clear. Then submit with all pertinent credits to Noah's Music Submission at gmail.com.
Okay, now I don't know if y'all want to talk about this, child. Lord Jesus,
so much was happening. There was a lot going on.
I'm so tired of Ricky, y'all.
Richard
it
Harrison
was
Davis.
a lineup of dicks. Listen,
Richard Harrison Davis.
Listen, it was.
What did you call? You called him Ricardo? Wait, did you?
Yeah, Ricardo. Yeah, Ricardo.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lineup of dicks for Ricardo. It was like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, blah, blah, blah. And we saw our boy Michael McIvory Jones getting his little shining now. Okay. Shout out to Michael. Do your thing. Okay, do we gotta talk about this? Or can we move on to
And
where
MJ, he was cute. I was like, oh, look at MJ. He be doing his little really serious videos all the time.
Yeah,
so
he
I
was
to see him in there trying to get his shot, like a little bit, because I know deep down inside he be on that other type stuff.
I think we can move on from Richard Harrison Davis and go right to Brandy. Why is Brandy still Noah boss?
Maybe
Oh, man.
Where do you think Brandy should be at this
moving up
point?
together.
Do you? Yeah, like it's been 15 years. Like, what
was she? What was her title in the movies in the show?
Who even knows?
So does she own the studio now?
Noah's boss. That was her title, her official title.
She worked down to the Paramount, but we don't know.
I mean, I was very happy to see Brandy.
She's an executive in season 1.
Yeah.
So she must be an owner now, cause
I
what?
doubt she's the owner, but like I don't know how the roles work in studio, like what
Like
title it would be.
she probably, I gotta, man, season one, she probably was I don't know,
Maybe they
something.
went to different companies together. Are they still down to the Paramount?
I don't know if
I
she's
feel
with
like they
I think
Paramount.
still at Paramount. I feel like they
You
are. I
know,
don't know why I think that.
she may be a vice president at another studio or something now. But it's giving growth. It's giving growth together. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
giving. Yeah, it's
Yep.
giving
She
growth together.
climbed and took Noah with her because he
Right.
Yep.
continued
I
to,
could see that.
to be
That's what
consistent,
it's giving.
unlike someone else.
Uh,
Wade was being a husband.
right. Wade was being a husband, exactly. Okay,
Mhm.
so Alex and Chad, look, I love me some
I love
Titus
Titus.
Burst. I
Me
love
too.
Titus Burst down. He is just so cute, like talented. Oh my
Very
God.
talented.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
talented. So I was very happy to see this moment. Very happy. Any commentary on that, or were y'all just happy to see Titus?
In general, I want to see more family
Hmm.
from like
Mhm.
all the characters. So I love
Yes.
getting this
Hmm.
like look because I think
Yes.
of the characters, I think Alex is the only one who we don't see any family from. We don't see a brother, a mom, a dad, really anything because who like well no, we don't see anything
For
from
no
Ricky
one.
either.
Mm-mm.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, so I would like to see more because we really now obviously for the most part it's been the Noah and Wade show. So of
Hmm.
course that's
Right.
why we see more of their family. But I love seeing another side of Alex that's not
Mhm.
friends, that's like actual family that like knows them. So yes, and I love Titus. So all of this,
Right.
and they really look like they could be brother.
They really do.
So that was
I,
perfect. It was everything about it to me. I
Yeah,
loved.
they really
Hmm.
do.
yeah. And I think I
Definitely.
just lost my thought that fast. What I was going to say. Oh, what I loved about their moment is at the end, like it was a beautiful song, and they get to the end, and Rufus is like, I just want to basically give you your flowers right now. Like, thank you for being yourself. Me watching you be yourself allowed me to be myself. And that's
I love
something that
that.
I've seen consistently said about the show Noah's Ark in general amongst community members is
Yes.
that this was the first time they were able to see, Black successful men who were intelligent and trying to navigate love in the most healthful ways, and that they were seeing themselves represented on the screen help them be themselves. So I love this moment between the two of them where that sentiment is expressed between the two brothers.
Hmm.
I
I
agree.
agree with that. I agree with that, John. Okay, girl. You better go ahead and drop it. Okay. So Noah chats with his mom. Um, what do y'all think about this conversation? What do you think about Noah's chat with his mom? What
I
life will be
liked it.
like with the
Mhm.
baby? I
I love
love
I
Wanda
liked
chats.
it.
Sykes.
I love chats with
I feel like I
any
love
type.
Wanda Sykes. So
Yeah, I mean,
Right. She
and
is.
she and Wanda is just. I think I know I've told Tanika this, but Wanda honestly is such a great human being in person. Just to give her flowers, I will never ever just say anything bad just because being on the set with her, and it was during Hurricane Ike, and the fact that she showed me so much love and concern about my family, that meant so much to me. Like, she was just like, I pray that everything is okay with your mom and your brother. It's like some people don't give a shit. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, you see them and you're like, I wonder if they're really nice. and then you meet them and they're like really terrible, ugly ass motherfuckers, and you're like, okay, so I really don't like you. But then you meet them and they're very, very kind. And Wanda, she's hilarious and funny. I'm so glad that's Noah's mom. I'm so
Mhm.
glad.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's just as sweet. Noah is just as sweet. So it makes total sense that that's his fucking mom. So I was happy. I love that scene.
Yeah, I like this scene.
Mhm.
Yeah. Can we
Yep.
have her in the movie, please?
I hope she is. We don't know who
I
in the
think
movie.
so.
They done filmed it.
Right.
I
Yeah.
know. I still can't believe that. Just think about how Tao was walking around giving us updates every fucking day. Every day. Every day for like what, a good month?
It was a good little bit, and I kept thinking, what
Mhm.
is he working on? Because it's like I
Right.
know P
Right.
Valley isn't filming. What is he working on?
Oh my
So for
God.
that to be what it is, and like since it
Yeah.
announced, I like put it together. I was like,
But it was the way. It was the way after he would be giving this look like, hey, what's up?
Right. He sure was.
Hey,
Look
what's up?
smug.
So we just wrapped another day on set. Can't wait for y'all to see it. It's
what made me put it together
what?
is the very last day he was like, "Oh, this is so good, and I want to tell y'all, but
Yeah.
but if I say it, y'all are gonna know, but ooh." And then I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's what really made me put it together." That
Yo,
very last day when he did that, because I was like, "Yeah, probably almost anything he would have said if you're a Noah's Ark watcher, it would have been
Yeah, we
like,
would have known.
oh,
Yeah,
it's Noah's
absolutely.
Ark."
Mhm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If he
Like
would have said anything, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
anything would have gave it away.
Anything. Okay, so Chance, like we were speaking earlier, hey, he's
I
excited.
liked them here. I liked both of
And,
them, Eddie and Chance. I liked them here. It's still a little difficult knowing from where we're coming from,
mhm.
but just in this project, I liked them.
I think
Mhm.
it helps that they're apart. Maybe I don't know. Like,
I think it is. I think it
mhm,
helps. I think it helps that they're not in the same space.
together. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It gives
Like, I
LDR.
think I don't know if that's what's the draw for me, but I just do think they look like a more cohesive partnership, more encouraging and loving towards each other and understanding each other's needs. And that's what I needed to see all along, except other than that other bullshit that was going on, that had me very
But
much confusion, you
not
know.
Not
everybody's
other
love
than that other
story is
bullshit.
easy. Some people struggle a little bit. Like,
Mhm.
so maybe that's what Patrick wanted us to see. Like,
You know what?
sometimes
That's what
Them
okay.
blame
Patrick
game.
want. You know what, Patrick? You've been wanting us to see the struggle of this whole time. You something
Struggle
else.
love.
Not
Okay.
everybody's story easy.
Mhm.
So okay,
True.
we needed to get that. So that was our struggle love arc. Okay, I got you. Okay, well,
What y'all think about Wade being like the overbearing parent? Like, are y'all prepared to see Wade as the
girl.
stay-at-home dad, mom, whatever you want to call him? But he's
I
like
think
super
Wade
overbearing.
finna be
Like,
super mom.
huh?
I think Wade finna be super mom.
Right. Like the one is like, I got your lunchbox and I got your this and your gym
Oh
outfit is
my
in here.
god,
And
and it's
do you
gonna
need
Yep.
be
a band-aid?
hilarious.
Can't wait to see
That
it.
pacifier drop, he gonna be running, boiling it. The rest of
Oh
us
my
be like,
god.
he gonna be running, boiling it, setting it
Okay.
out. It's super mom.
I
One
hope
hundred.
Mm-hmm.
they do it that way too, because it's like what you expect, but it's like no, it's gonna be Wade. It's
Because Wade was
going to
Because
always
be
giving
Wade.
us
Wade,
aggressive masculine energy all the time. So I want to see that I want him to still keep that energy with everyone else. But when it comes to that child, that baby, then he's like
oh, and
Oh
if
my
real
it's a
soft, kind of
girl,
like he is with Noah. Oh, that
Yeah.
would be cute.
Yep.
That would
well,
Lord
be
that's the thing
Jesus.
because Wade has always been super loving. So super
hmm
loving,
Right.
super affectionate, super considerate. So I can see all of this
Oh
transferring
my God, if
to
it's a
fatherhood.
girl.
Oh, and if it's a girl, oh, that's going to be crazy. I can see it totally.
Mhm.
Oh
Yep.
my God, if it's a girl.
Oh, not you getting your feelings.
Cause nah, oh my God, I can't think of it. Okay.
That'd be so cute.
That would be so cute. Okay, so y'all, not the surrogate exposing that he didn't get this promotion.
Why is he talking to the surrogate and not his husband?
I know.
Because he talking to anybody but Noah.
That's fucked up. That's
Because
fucked
he
up.
don't know how to tell Noah.
Girl, that
Because
was
as
so
far
fucked
as
up.
Wade is concerned, this is Noah's dream to
Yep.
be
Mhm.
a mom.
Yep.
So to be
Yeah,
a stay-at-home mom, so he doesn't know how to tell him.
that's really messed up.
And I think he was trying to figure out something to not have to tell him. Kind of like how
Mm.
Tanika said, like
Yeah.
he would do whatever.
Figure it out.
Where like to tell him and be like, so I didn't get the promotion, but I am gonna be doing this. I think he was kind of waiting for that, but he's talking it through because he can't tell the arc.
Oh, absolutely not.
I
Absolutely
can't
Does the
tell
not.
the arc.
does the arc like him now, do you think? Do they like him now?
So I don't think they've never not liked him. I think they in general give him a hard time. I don't think they never just didn't like him. At this point, I mean, whether you like him or not, he here.
Right. And
And
it's been
he's
15
been here
years.
for a while, so
Okay.
yeah.
Like,
Because he done got real comfortable and it's like, why are you staying home? Why don't y'all stay out of our business? I said, oh, Wade done got real comfortable with the
I
art.
love
okay.
Noah's Ark with the curse words. I am looking forward to this movie because
Yes.
full curse words, full everything out. I'm here for it because when he
They
said, "Man, your
big
fucking
grown.
business," I was like,
Big grown. That's what I was looking to see. Big grown Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
Okay, for real. Okay, so not Richard Harrison Davis gets
because I was like, Richard Harrison Davis.
oh my God,
I didn't see that
Janito,
coming.
poor baby, the flowers, y'all, the flowers.
This is why I say he playing in Janito face
Stay away
because
from Janito.
Janito over here like, oh my God, you knew that those were my favorite flowers.
Mm-mm.
And it ends up being he just got them because they're on sale. I'm like, please, no, this is already starting off slaw. Like already.
Not slaw.
Already.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I don't never want them, but this setup here isn't.
No.
He don't deserve Janito.
He
And he
doesn't.
just chose it. Like, you didn't remember a
I
conversation
know.
about whatever these flowers were. No. And like, he did you a favor. So, and you have money. So why are you just buying anything that's on sale? Like, what are you doing?
Right. Why
Yeah,
were
like
roses too
Janito, to me,
expensive?
Janito deserves so much better than whatever this is that
Yeah,
Ricky's doing.
truly.
Why doesn't Junito want more for himself? Like, stand up, young man.
Because he
Shit.
love him. He love him some Ricky. And that's how it be.
Ricky must
loving
got
the
some similar
person.
shit going on like Chance do, because what is happening? what is
I
going on?
believe Ricky is King Dick around in park. There is no doubt in my mind that Ricky is King Dick.
Oh,
I have never not thought
That Ricky was putting it down.
I believe that.
okay. Well, she believes that Ricky is King Dick, but I believe in the PSR listeners.
Hey, family, if you're listening to this on a podcast platform, do us a favor and follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. If you're on Spotify, make sure you press those 3 dots and hit us with that 5-star rating. If you're on Apple Podcasts and have a little extra time, after rating us 5 stars, leave us a written review as well. If you are watching in full HD on YouTube, rate, subscribe, then tell us what you think in the comments. Last but not least, be sure to check out our website at pinksunday.com for original articles and exclusive content.
All right. So, ladies, we are at the birthday party. Mr. Wade. Happy birthday, baby boy. So, really? Really, Ja?
What?
It's your boy Wade, okay?
It's your boy Wade.
Back at it again.
At it again.
Back at it again.
In the floral
Oh my
suit, the
God.
roses were rosing. You know what I'm saying?
Noah and Wade are such a beautiful couple. I'm
They really
sorry.
are.
They
Oh
are
my
such a beautiful
God.
couple.
Yep.
It's your boy Wade. Back at it with the coordination, okay?
Hey,
The
I
braids
love a
were
good
oiled.
compliment.
Mm-hmm.
You know
The
what
Oh,
I'm
the
braids were
saying?
braids were
oiled.
nice.
Yep.
The
The
buttons
braids
were
were oiled.
braided.
Okay, everybody was looking very
They was
colorful.
coordinated. They was
Baby, listen
coordinated.
here.
Mhm.
Listen here. The cinematography was cinematographing. Okay. The
Mm-hmm.
lights were lighting. The suits were suiting. Everybody was suited. Everybody, it was given.
Mhm. It was given.
If you
Yeah.
pan, it was the pan for me. And you really paid, like, it was beautifully shot. It really, really
Mhm.
was.
It was.
Right? It
Mm-hmm.
was.
Mhm.
So, wow. What do y'all think of the cake moment? That was his favorite. The little
I just love them as a couple so much.
you
So
just
Mhm.
love
everything
them.
about this, it was exactly where you want to see this couple.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
at this time, everything that they went through, but 15 years later, we're revisiting them. They're happily married.
Mm-hmm.
They're in tune with each other. Like,
Hmm.
you know, the favorite cake, you went and got it. And
Yes.
then Wade is super grateful and thankful. It's
Yes.
exactly
Mhm.
where you want to see this couple. And they
Yep.
look
Mhm. They
Hmm.
do.
They do.
Hmm.
like everything about it was I don't know. And I loved when you, like you said, when you pan out and you see everybody, like you see Alex and Trey and you see Eddie and Chance, and it's
Hmm.
like this is like a really great little friend group of like relationships and growing, and like Ricky's still Ricky, but you know everybody else got a
Mm-hmm.
relationship on. Yeah, but I just love that this is what we get from Noah and Wade. A
Hmm.
very healthy
Mhm.
couple. Yeah, they went through some stuff, not quite a struggle love as everybody else, but they had some moments. But to get to see this, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely looking more forward to seeing more of that in the new movie that's coming up. Give us more love, give us more cute moments, all the things. Please and thank you.
Hmm.
Because I like
Mhm.
the Wade and Noah entering into parenthood, and then in the next movie, you're gonna have college age kids and that kind of stuff. So you're gonna have some of these like different levels. I don't know what Ricky finna be doing, but with the
Doing an
other
eight
Same thing
count,
he's
couple,
been
baby.
doing
He's
since
still gonna be
season
doing an
one.
8 count, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Eight
Right. He's
count
still gonna be
and
doing
dick.
dick.
8 count
Yeah.
and
Yep.
dick. That's it.
and Dick. I So what did you guys think about this moment where they're like confessing to each other, and then obviously the narc the arc has stepped in, and so but like, are you glad that they had this conversation and didn't try to do it the way that they didn't want to do it?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that they I feel like they do you think okay, so they allude that basically the arc bullied Wade into being like, look, no, we're gonna do this thing. But do you think Wade would have come on there into it on his own? Like he's had to talk with his dad. Maybe he was going to continue to still try to go find another job so that he could give Noah what he wanted, essentially. But do you think that if Noah and him had had a private talk, and because why was it so urgent at the party right now? It was like, I've got to say something and it can't wait another minute. Y'all can't have y'all personal relationship conversation somewhere other than the Wade's birthday party with all the friends on Zoom. So if they're,
No, we don't
so
know
Mm-mm.
boundaries.
Mm-mm. No, they ain't put no
Oh my
boundaries.
no
God.
boundaries. Like, and so do you think that if Wade would have been like, oh, okay, cool. like instead of the bully moment. I mean, it was cute, but
I think they would they if they had had the conversation privately, I think they would have got there because like this was Noah's dream, but also he wanted to take this job. So I think if he had just told Wade, I kind of want to take this job, Wade would have been like, well, I'm not making as much money, so I can stay home, and they would have come to the agreement. I kind of like that the arc stepped in because from the beginning, we've always seen that they wanted what was best for Noah. And they know, even if Wade doesn't, that he wants to take this job. So Wade is thinking the wrong thing, that Noah wants to stay home. And I got to figure out what the hell I'm going to do to ensure that he stays home. And the arc knows this is an opportunity of a lifetime. I guess it's an opportunity of a lifetime, and it's what he wants to do. So step in. I'm not sure if it was like a bullying thing, but they were able to talk and convince and kind of be enough of friends with Wade to it for it not to be a bad thing. Like for him to come around to it and go with the idea, even though it's coming from them. Because I think seasons ago, when we first watched this, the way their relationship used to be, he may have been like, because they told me and they don't like my ass, is not a good idea. So it's growth in the arc in Wade's relationship also that I'm happy to see.
What I would like to see also in the movie is Wade becoming like good friends with somebody from the arc. Like I would like to see that development. Like one of them, obviously not Ricky, after what happened in Jumping the Broom, but I would like to see like Wade and Alex would probably be the one that would be the most interesting because they're so different. And so for them to end up being like the auxiliary besties, I think would make a really like interesting storyline. But I would like to see that where it seems like now, I don't want to say it's tolerance because it's not quite that, but there's still a healthy distance between Wade and the arc. I would like to see that come closer with either I was Alex over Chance, but I would like to see maybe like Wade and Alex become like super close friends. Like weirdly.
I would have liked to see Wade and Trey being like best friends, because to me they both need a friend. So I never really understood why that relationship didn't develop, especially once, what the hell was his name?
Guy.
Yeah, once he was gone, and Trey was obviously searching for a friendship somewhere, and Wade was right there. So to me, it was a natural friendship, because I don't think at this point, it's been all these many years, can Alex and Wade build a friendship that's not there at this point?
I think something would have to happen. We'd have to have some type of defining event, maybe with the kids. Like if Wade is staying home, it seems like Alex has been the stay-at-home parent with OJ. So I could absolutely see a storyline develop where it's like, yo, I'm like tearing my hair out. I was trying to figure out this stay-at-home parenting stuff while Noah's off doing shows and movies and everything else, and I don't know what to do. I could definitely see that be a lead in to Wade calling Alex for help. And then Alex starts helping, and then all of a sudden it's like, yo, you kind of cool. And then I could definitely see that storyline. But I could also see him with Trey. Like I said before, I really would have liked to see Trey in Jumping the Broom a little more like at the bachelor party, at Wade's bachelor party and that stuff like that. Because like we always say, I do think it's like, why aren't they friends? Like, because it seems
so
like
what do you think about Eddie? Him and Eddie already had the bachelor party thing, and then Eddie was a single father until Chance came along. So I don't know, we don't want to see a lot of Eddie in general, but that makes perfect sense because
if it's written correctly, I could be here for it. If it's written in a way, it should, because we don't necessarily dislike Chance. It's more Eddie and Chance together. So that's what I'm saying. We don't dislike Chance or Eddie and Chance together. So like, and we don't dislike Eddie either. Like we don't dislike either of them individually. It's more of them as a couple. So I don't know if I want to see more Eddie.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I really,
I don't know if I want to see that character anymore. Like this, the Rona Chronicles, like the perfect amount of Eddie. Like that was all the Eddie I really need.
Yeah, that was oh my
agree.
God, that's perfect. That was the perfect amount of custard. Yes, great. That was the perfect custard tart. We don't
I don't
need
think I need no more.
we don't need nothing else, baby. That we finally ate it
And it
all.
ain't nothing I
Yeah,
want to
that's it.
see Eddie telling Wade. Like there's no, I don't want to see them having a
I don't want to
moment.
see that
I don't want
friendship.
to
I don't.
see like, yeah, so like I don't want to see that like side conversation.
I'm all set on
No.
Eddie.
Yeah.
But I can see Alex. I can see Trey. But I don't want that much Eddie screen time.
Yeah, no, we don't want no parts of that.
Sorry,
And we
Eddie.
good. I think the last thing, which was very serious, of course, is we have Rashard Brooks. Um, oof, baby. I'm still you. This is one of those, and I wouldn't say topics. I really don't even know because I truly advocate for any one of our unarmed Black soldiers that are no longer here, be it Tamir Rice or anyone else. So this is, it hits my heart every time. But that news is out and it just kind of sombers the mood, and you do reflect on what's going to happen when you bring a life into this world. And I think that is something we all can relate to. Even when you have someone who's in the world, the climate that we're in right now. Um, because I mean, my son is fully grown, but at the same time, this world is not kind. I don't care where you come from. I don't care your socioeconomic status. I do not care. You can raise your child to be the perfect human, to be the most mannerable child. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Whatever. But, honey, there's so much hate out here. Even the most mannerable can still be the most hated. Period. Period. So, um, yeah, how much did you reflect on at that scene, or any final thoughts?
I love how they brought that in. This was just so well done. Like every from the story, the continuation, and the one thing I like about what Patrick's done with both of these, with Jumping the Broom and the Rona Chronicles, is we all wanted another season, but a lot of times when you get like a reunion special or a movie, you don't really feel like it tied up everything or really completed the story. But
Mhm,
both of these, I felt like this was the perfect installment for 15 years later. What are they doing? And you
mhm,
like get enough from that where you're like, love that, and you have an idea of where they are. And if we weren't getting another movie or anything else, it was like that was like the perfect kind of bow for what happened. But the way that he put in these, not just the virus and the COVID-19 and stuff like that, but all of these like lessons and stuff like that, so to end it this way I thought was like beautiful,
mhm,
because it's like it was just perfectly woven into the story,
Mhm.
as all the lessons and everything else was
mhm.
to me.
Definitely.
To me, it was, I don't want to say great, but appropriate, because this was so much a part of what was happening during the time of Rona. Like years
Yep.
later, going back, you're reminded like we were in the streets marching at the time. And it seemed like it was like every couple of weeks somebody was getting killed, and it was
Yeah.
police cam footage or
Girl.
camera phone footage or something like that. So like this was a part of Rona at the time. So it was appropriate for it to be in there. And the conversations, at the time, like I'm sure there were these conversations being had. You had a baby on the way and you're stuck in the house
Girl.
with Rona, and you're online and you're watching these killings happening one after the other. These conversations were probably had in a lot of homes. So like I
Mhm.
appreciated that he put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I agree with you all. We got just enough of, like you said, what we wanted to see, the fun. We wanted to see our gang back together. But the reality is that these very important things were going on at this time and they were affecting us all.
Mm-hmm.
And so to have something that really just spoke to how we all felt in those moments. Now I didn't see it then, I saw it now, but I was able to go back and reflect on what that felt like. Like I said, I was in quarantine with my children, in the house. I was listening to the protests going on, and this next person was killed by police, and this was happening, that was happening. And it was a very scary time, and it did make you feel a lot of angst. So within this, you got that fun, you got the excitement, you got the reminisce, but then you also had something that helped you get those feelings out and expressed,
Mm-hmm.
and you felt heard and you felt seen in
Mm-hmm.
those moments. So brilliant work. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And being here in Atlanta, I actually went to that protest for Rayshard Brooks that we had here. So,
Mm-hmm.
and a few of the things that happened here.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it was a couple of protests, like Tanika said, that I went to during that time. So, looking back on it, Chance was talking about protesting being a super spreader event. And it's interesting, obviously, in Rona, that we didn't actually have that term like early on because we didn't totally know what was going on. But it is interesting looking back that we were in the streets together protesting, like in the middle. Whereas when you're looking at it now, you're like, oh my God, super spreader event. That never crossed our mind. Like during
Yeah.
any of that, it was like, wait, they did this, let's go. Like it was so I love that part too because it was realistic. Like looking
Mhm.
back
Yeah.
now, you like, oh my God, we was out there in the middle of
It
this
was
virus together,
it
but
was crazy.
that wasn't
Yeah.
a thought at all during
It
the
wa-
time.
it was crazy because even God, just hearing y'all talk about it, it was so much going on. I'm working through the pandemic. These killings are happening. Even when George Floyd was killed, he's from here. And I live next door to the church where his services were. And, it was so crowded and it was dignitaries and it was crazy. So we couldn't go in, but I walked there to pay my respects. Like it was just somber. You talk about just a somber, depressed few years. We lost so many people. Not
Mhm.
only killings, but I mean, just COVID. Like, it has
Mhm.
just been a lot. And I don't think people understand just how much we've been through it. Like, young people, old people, like families, like, Jesus.
When I talk to people, like catch up with people now,
Mm-hmm.
and like you'll ask about somebody and it'd be
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, they passed away from COVID. And it's like that the amount of times that has happened is a lot. Like it's so
Mm-hmm.
sobering, which is why, like, for me, it's like when I think back, it's like, but I'm here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that could happen again. Like I could have been a person that passed away. So it's like you have
Yeah.
to come back now. It's like, so what am I gonna do with that? Because we gotta live life because it's a bunch of
Yeah.
people that aren't that
Yeah.
never occurred. I'm just thinking
Mhm.
about
Mhm.
before like how different life is even now from like the end of 2019 or the very beginning of 2020, and just how we think about life and things, and it'll never be the same. Like we'll never go
Right.
back to that. We'll
Right.
never go back to that thinking. The It's just so the realities of that is sobering when I catch up with people now,
Mm-hmm.
because the amount of times I've heard, yeah, they had COVID, they didn't make it.
It's a lot of empty seats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Holidays now. Like my aunt Delilah died of COVID, and I just was like, "Are you like you got your people
Mm-hmm.
who make certain dishes, during
Yep.
that, and you like, oh man, can't wait till Aunt Delilah come from New Iberia, Louisiana, because she got and it's like, Aunt fucking
Mm-hmm.
Delilah, she gone. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
Patrick did his big one for real.
Yeah, it was the
Mhm.
whole thing was so well
Perfect.
done for it to be basically Zooms that he
Yeah.
put together.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like, and then to even think of that, like Patrick,
Yeah.
just how his mind works. How do
Very
you think
brilliant.
this?
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
in the
Baby.
middle of it happening, you like, you know what? I'm
You
gonna
know
do
what?
Super
Get the
Jiggy
boys back together.
based on everything that's happening.
Together but separate.
Like right
Together but
then,
separate. Right.
it's just it's just so well done. I just,
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm
It
so
is.
looking forward to this movie and everything else
Thank
Patrick
you.
has
And all the
coming.
other
Yep.
Yeah,
projects.
Everything.
everything
Mhm.
Did
else
y'all
Can't wait.
Patrick has
okay,
coming.
but wait, did y'all see that Jamie Foxx is producing
The Luther
the
Vandross.
Luther Vandross story? That's
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited. And I'm really excited also within what's happening with the strikes and stuff to get some good theater. Like
Get
Yeah.
some
I
good theater.
I'm
Yeah.
looking to
Yeah.
see Patrick do some theater. I'm looking to see a whole bunch of stuff. Like some of these, like, cause woo, I'm just looking for some good theater. Like ever since Hot King, like everything to
Mhm.
me has been about them theater experiences. But now people are going to be really invested in it, and I think
Mhm.
Mhm.
that's a shining point. Is because
Indeed.
I'm sure a lot of these writers have had these plays, but it's like when you're so wrapped up in the television and
Hmm.
film, you don't have time. But it's like, baby, because
Baby,
the
listen,
talent is
separate union,
available.
baby, separate
The
Yep.
union.
talent is
Let's go.
available. They've got these productions, and that
Hmm.
is like, who am I going to find? To talent is available, baby. So we're gonna
They
get
are free.
some
Talent is
Yep.
Yes.
available.
phenomenal theater. Like I
Mm.
can't wait.
Yeah.
Baby. Mm-mm.
Anywho, well, I'm gonna close this out. I am Tia. Tia Gets Social on all of the platforms. Make sure that you are following our Twitter and have those notifications on, because everything new comes at first. You don't want to miss one of these bonuses or any of our lives or really anything else we're doing. We've got some strike talk on there. We're constantly going to be posting ways that you can help with the SAG AFTRA and WGA strike. So just keep your, as my co-host says, FBI eyes open on our Twitter page for what's going on. Ja, what you got?
I am Ja _the _goddess on Instagram and threads. I am Ja the goddess, all one word, on Twitter. And like I usually say, keep your FBI eyes open for bonuses like this moving forward. And yeah, I lost my train of thought. Tanika?
I am at your girl Jiggy on all the things. You can follow me wherever you don't already. You can also follow Pink Sunday Radio on Instagram if you don't follow us there yet. If you're looking for those bonus episodes, you can find those on pinksundayradio.com. That'll take you to Apple Podcasts. And while you're on there, if you haven't already, if you can leave us a 5-star written review, we would really appreciate it. If you're watching this episode right now on YouTube, if you could like, comment, subscribe, and turn your notifications on so you never miss a video. Koji, what do you got to tell them?
You can follow me at Twitter or Instagram, Koji_mama. Make sure you follow our newly launched website, pinksunday.com. You can also subscribe to the website. That way, any new posts will be coming to you first. Also, our link tree. Make sure you go to our link tree at Pink Sunday Radio. You can subscribe there. So any new content that is posted, from our audio to our video to everything we have going on, you will get all that coming to your email boxes. Thank you so much for listening and watching.
Pink Sunday Radio.